walked into my Jeep this morning.
Oh God.
I knew the gray one was there and I wasn't thinking.
Time for thinking real estate. Lawrence Wire Selecki, Jackie Austin. Here.
Here we are.
Yeah.
Beautiful day, huh?
So far, but I'm looking at some Doppler here.
Uh-oh.
It's moving
It's
in.
supposed to get cold. I was talking to Emily, and that Emily is our number, I don't know, 4 child?
Yes.
Yeah, Bill's third. And she lives in Chicago, and she said it was really cold yesterday.
Actually, she'd be number 5.
Number 5.
No, wait. David. Yeah, she's number 5.
Oh, she's number 5. We gotta work backwards. She's the second to the youngest of the clan.
Whatever. She's in there somewhere.
Right. So we did a landlord conference on Friday at the city.
You did?
Yeah,
Yep.
and it was awesome. We got great reviews.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to give a shout out to the instructors because they volunteered their time and energy. So let me see if I can go through. We had, of course, the city who sponsored it. Frank Donovan did a great job.
And Tim Pickett. Tim's
Yeah.
actually ran over by like 15 or 20 minutes because people were so interested in it.
Oh, wow. And he talked about the 10 top violations and how city code and how to correct them.
Now, who was there? Was it a lot of landlords?
Landlords.
Okay.
I'm trying to think if there's anybody non-landlord there.
I didn't know most of the people, so I don't know.
No.
We had somebody travel all the way from Chicago.
Yeah, we had someone from Ann Arbor. Got a lot of emails from people that said they wanted to be there. Was I videoing it? And we should have, but we didn't. It kind of would have been hard to video it because of the dialogue that was going back and forth. We had Steve Baldwin from Baldwin Building. Happens to be my cousin. Awesome guy.
And Jim Pike from Home Depot. They
Yeah.
did it together.
And they were talking about maintenance tips. In fact, they had some good suggestions that are going to get utilized this week by my own maintenance staff. And then, let's move upstairs. We had Bill Schlechte. Of course, you know that name.
I do.
And I thought it was interesting. He had, I walked in the room and it was a huge table full of women surrounding him. I guess there were a couple of men, but all I noticed were all those women, but hey. And he talked about legal issues, and then he did a roundtable on lease clauses. And we had Clyde Malden and Mike Banish. And Clyde is an attorney. He talked about 1031 exchanges while Mike Banish from Williston Jursac was dealing with the tax consequences of selling your real rental properties. And then at the round tables, we had Jeff Fraunfelker and Nicole Morning.
From CP Federal talking about loans. We had
Bruce Wheaton from representing Consumers Energy on energy tips. And we had Mike Banish again and Chad Perrine. Chad's an attorney. They did a great job on liability issues.
Never have the landlords been so well served.
They have been. They were. We had Dave Laughlin from Ardvar.
Oh, yeah, he was fun. I love Dave.
And what was the gentleman's name from Kraft Insurance?
Aaron.
And
his last name starts with a V, and I just don't know.
Sorry,
how to pronounce
Aaron,
it.
but Aaron from Kraft Insurance talking about insurance, which is sometimes difficult to do on rental properties. Who did we miss? Gay Wynn and Shane Laporte were talking about qualifying tenants. Shane has some interesting thoughts on that coming from the police side of the factor. And Gay is amazing as a property manager, Wynn Brokerage. And she and I were the brainchild, along with Pat Birch, on this. We've been talking about it for 2 years. So.
Yeah. And then Erica Zimney.
Erica Zimney from the Legal Aid.
So I think that was everybody. Oh, and then who was our lunch speaker?
We had the Fair Housing Center out of Southeastern Michigan Fair Housing. Pam Kish, which was very interesting. all the ways to how do we discriminate without intentionally, and we shouldn't.
How do we do that?
Oh gosh, one instance was a handicapped couple or gentleman, I can't remember if it was whatever, in an apartment, and they needed a parking space closer to their unit. I mean, I don't think I would have thought about that. I mean, if they asked me, I would have certainly done my absolute best to accommodate, but apparently someone didn't. You know, and if you discriminate and they get a complaint, they come down hard and heavy on you. They try to facilitate it first, but if you don't cooperate and you end up going to court, it's not going to be pretty. If in fact, and by the time they get to the point where you're accused of discrimination, they will have already done the testing and they pretty much know that you have. This isn't
Who's they?
the Fair Housing Center.
Okay.
This isn't a issue where someone doesn't like Greg O'Connor, so they call and squeal, and they just believe the person. They go out and test to make sure the person that's being accused
I would
is
hope so.
absolutely
I would-
discriminating.
Yeah, please.
Oh gosh, do you remember any of the other situations? You probably weren't even sitting in there.
Yeah, I wasn't in that session. I was doing
Pickle
other
Barrel did
things.
the lunch, and it was a great day. I mean, I thought it turned out fabulous.
Good.
The landlords were happy, and the city was happy, and so the world was happy
For one day.
for one day, one fleeting moment. Well, anyhow, what else do you want to talk about? It's my show, isn't it?
I'm open.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay, well, I was on the internet, and
that could be scary.
Yeah.
yeah, I thought since the sun is out and people are cleaning their decks and getting ready to enjoy the outdoors, I think it's supposed to be a hot summer, isn't it?
It's already been a hot spring.
Yeah,
Glad we got the air working in the office.
for sure. So, so 6 best time-tested remodeling projects. You know what they are?
Yeah,
Highest rate of return is on replacing your front door.
that's crazy.
Well, probably because it's not all that expensive, but it's it's a low-cost
Right.
project with high impact. And they're recommending these steel doors, and you paint them
Cool color.
a cool color, an accent color to the
Mhm.
house, and you're going to get your highest rate of return on that front door. The next one's siding.
Mm-hmm.
Now that's kind of costly.
Mm-hmm.
And there's different kinds. They're saying that the fiber cement is the highest rate, and then lower down on the list is the mid-range, vinyl mid-range, and then there's the foam-backed vinyl. I guess it's in that order. It is cool. It's like that shake is really pretty, but that's expensive. But you apparently get a good rate of return. Number 3 would be minor kitchen remodeling.
What's that?
Well, we're going to be listing a house, and the house
Just
was
like new
painted
appliances?
well, the house was painted in bright colors, so I suggested he go through
Paint.
for me to say this, because I love bright colors, he toned it down. It's still a color, it's a light yellow with white trim, because the trim is so cool. I didn't want him to paint the walls white because the trim would disappear. And then they already had updated hardware, and things like that can make a huge difference in a kitchen. Huge.
Yeah, I've seen hardware make a huge difference. Just changing the pulls on the drawers and cupboards changes the whole look.
Yeah, if your cabinets if your doors aren't tight, sometimes
Yeah.
or they don't close all the way, get that type of stuff fixed. Make sure they're washed down. So I don't know about you, but I get fingerprints in my kitchen.
No.
Mm-hmm.
You don't wear gloves?
Do you cook? Do you cook, Greg?
No. I don't.
Do you do the dishes?
I do the dishes. yes.
Okay. That's what Bill does. I cook and he does the dishes. Most of the time.
I do them sometimes.
Yeah. Bill does them most of the time.
Or I load a dishwasher.
Yeah. I typically unload it because otherwise the dishes will end up on the counter. 'Cause for some reason, even though we've lived in this house since 1996, he doesn't know where they go. Is that how you roll?
No, I could unload it, I think.
Of course, I'm really anal. I mean, all my spatulas are lined up.
Yeah, I don't like that.
I'm pretty organized. My closet, color coordinated.
So Bill will get them out and then let you put them away?
Yeah.
Right.
I like that plan.
It's not much different than me taking them out of the
Her
dish.
kitchen is small enough that it's just as far to put them on the counter as it is to put them in the cupboard.
Right, yeah. We don't have a ginormous kitchen. All right, other repairs would be, replace the garage door.
Yeah.
You need that.
I need that.
Jackie needs that.
Desperately.
Jackie needs to paint her house.
Yeah.
Mine's starting to peel, which isn't too bad because I think we painted it in
It's
'98-ish.
been a long time since you painted
So
your
that
house.
paint held up really well.
Mine did not hold up very well.
No,
Mine was
yours
only a
did
few
not.
years ago. So.
Deck addition,
Deck addition.
right.
What's that?
So added
Adding a
deck.
deck.
Oh, added
Add
deck.
your outdoor
Yeah,
living.
I've got a buyer right now that he just absolutely loves decks. So anytime there's a house with a deck, it goes right to the top of the list.
People have their little quirks. And I went to a house yesterday, and they had just renovated the whole house, and the deck is absolutely a beautiful color, one of the prettiest colors I've seen on decks. I think they said it was a spice color, brown spice or something. I don't know, very warm, rich color. So make it warm and rich. Add those little pots of plants.
Well, that was
Fire pit.
one of the tips I heard at the landlord conference. I didn't get to hear very many of the things, but I did hear somebody say that you should stain decks, not paint them, because it lasts longer.
I did hear that too. Who said that?
Tim Pickett, maybe?
Oh, maybe, yeah, Tim did. Attic bedroom. Remodel the attic into a bedroom. I hope it has air conditioning. And then the bathroom remodel. So I showed a house on Sunday, and the house was really nice, but the bathrooms were dated. And they were talking about the vanities not being too expensive to replace, but most people don't want to hassle with pulling out the old vanities, especially if the floor is in good condition. And this was a ceramic floor, and they put the ceramic up to the vanities, so you know what happens the minute you pull those old vanities out.
Yeah, you break the floor.
Well, you not only break it, but you're
missing
missing
tiles.
tiles. And if a lot of people might do the pedestal or the vanity you get isn't, rarely do you ever get one that's exactly the same size.
Oh, right.
Right?
Mhm.
So now you gotta try and figure that, or you're gonna end up breaking all the ceramic out and do a new ceramic, that's work.
Yeah.
I mean, I need to update my bathroom, and I look at it and think, the ceramic in the bathroom, it's just breaking that out and is a lot of work. One of the worst things, apparently, that used to be attractive to people, they wanted it, but they don't want it anymore, is taking a bedroom and converting it into a office. And for them to write that in an article kind of was bizarre, because I always assume that people can see that it can be used as a bedroom.
Yeah, I don't think so. The one thing that I don't like is when people take a third bedroom and turn it into like a laundry room. That's a little harder to convert back.
Oh, right, right.
But I have seen that. There was one house I showed a couple of years ago. They had turned the third bedroom into a laundry room / bathroom, but they didn't like take the carpet out. They just kind of put the things in there. So it still looked like a bedroom that just happened to have a laundry room and a toilet in it.
Grandma did that. She made a bedroom into a laundry room.
Yeah,
But she added-
a third bedroom.
so she still has three bedrooms.
You know, it's if you
Carpeted?
still have 3 bedrooms.
No.
No.
We would never do that.
Okay.
And
Okay.
it was a bedroom that was a pass-through bedroom anyway. You wouldn't
Right.
necessarily want it to be a bedroom, so.
My mother's brilliant, so she came up with that idea. And it's made a difference in her life. So on your deck, speaking of decks, there's they talk about how to make outdoor space comfy, which for selling purposes, I think is really important. And it just extends the living space of a
Yeah,
property.
I like on our listing on Lookout Circle that sunroom she
Oh,
has in the
yeah,
back is
right.
so cool.
And then she's got a really nice patio off that sunroom.
Oh, I didn't.
That is.
It was raining the day I was there,
Oh.
so I didn't go outside.
Well, there you go. They say to make it go overboard on comfy, so like you just want to curl up and read a book and
What's
Have
your
have
deck?
a soda. Not on mine right now. Mine is completely empty. I gotta get it, all the furniture out, cleaned. I look at my furniture on my front porch and it's really dirty. So when you live on Michigan Avenue, the dirt flies off that road onto your windows and building.
Who knew?
And they suggest making sure that your internet and your TV can access your deck. A lot of people are putting TVs out on decks now. You can watch the golf game. Hey, who won that golf tournament yesterday?
Ricky Fowler.
Did he really?
Yeah.
I was rooting for Garcia.
No.
Bill was rooting for Kisner.
I was rooting for Fowler.
Well, you won. We
Yeah.
should have all bet since we all wanted different people.
We should have.
I like to see Garcia come back. He always gets angry, and he always blows it in the end for some reason. So,
No, he played well.
yeah, he did. He did. Anyhow, make sure your internet and you can have TV now out on your deck. It makes it even more comfy. They want you to blur the line between indoors and outdoors. Saw the house I was at yesterday with a really cool deck. They had taken a wall of windows and they put in one of these sliding doors that now opens the living room onto the screened-in
Porch.
porch. Well, it's really an enclosed porch, which then goes onto the deck. And so they did a fabulous job of blurring that line between the indoor and outdoor. I mean, sitting in their living room and of course they're on a lake. Just amazing. Takes out those lines when you're looking at the view. And missing a page. Add lighting, make sure it's light, and then of course add your own personal touch to the property. So now we all can go this weekend, coming up,
Get it cleaned up
get organized, go to Home Depot.
and sell it.
It'll be perfect because then the following weekend is Memorial Day, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So everybody
Get
can
it ready.
enjoy their stuff that they got ready this weekend.
that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Did you know they make fences that have chalkboards on them?
I didn't know that.
I didn't either. I
Probably
just saw
just
a picture.
paint that way
Oh, maybe.
because it's chalkboard paint.
Oh, see, Jackie, I need a grandchild so I could do that. Anyhow, where's my houses are selling? Let me tell you.
Are they?
Yeah, we've got one that came back on the market because the deal fell through, and
It's already got another up.
4 showings with 2 offers within a day.
Did you get a second one?
And Virginia Court, 2654. We've changed the price. We actually went up on the price on that one from $139.9 to $149.9. Let me tell you why. Other than it
Hurry.
being a cream puff, he's updated the kitchen and updated all the painting. I mean, that house is adorable, and that's right steps away from Clark Lake. And then we have Lori Drive, 3128 Lori Drive, Western Schools, 124.9, 3 bedrooms, 1.5 baths, just under 1,300 square feet. 912 Delacourt is in Blackman Township, just under 800 square feet, and that's a short sale for $53.9. 2 lots on Mulligan. Let's build that perfect house that you can't seem to find right now. That's 2 lots for $30,000. That's a really good price. And Orange, 502 Orange Street is a 54.9 home, 2 bedroom, 1 bath, and that's over 1,000 square feet. Lookout Circle, 3420. We've just talked about how cool that backyard is, and porch, 4 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, over 2,000 square feet, $169.9. Call me, 780-3800 to get your house on the market.
Jackson residents, dig downtown Jackson.